We are very happy to welcome our good friend, Rich the Bull Gaenzler from 97 Rock. Welcome, Rich.
Hey,
Happy to be here. Great to be here, actually. This is an amazing setup. You guys look great. You're going to replace me, obviously. I don't expect to be on the air tomorrow morning. This is remarkable what you guys are doing, considering the challenges, so congratulations.
You said you were watching. Could you give us any pointers?
Absolutely not. You guys are naturals, man. You guys are hams anyway. Anybody that knows you know that you guys could do this on a regular if you had to. You're that good.
One of our favorite parts of this is we've got yourself. We've got we talked to Jix. We talked to Al Davis. We talk guys that we go into the station and before the 11 day we didn't ever do this, and we got comfortable doing it because guys like you, it's fun to kind of reverse the roles and we do the interviewing. And you guys are awesome. You guys are so good to us at the radio station.
It is very weird being the focus of an interview, being the guest. Being in the guest seat. This is really weird.
I know you
but
sat
it's very
down. You're like, what do I do?
Bad.
What do I do? Do I put this on? Yeah, you put that on.
No, I think if there's any critique I would have, I haven't, unless you purposely didn't show me to it. But where the hell's the green room? I have demands here, guys.
We understand. NATO, get some. We need some seltzer over here.
Right.
It's in the it's in the RV.
Perfect.
Yeah, we're the talent here. We've got our own trailer and RV.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's pretty.
You have a masseuse, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Of course. Hot towels on a regular basis.
We wish.
And things we can't talk about because this is a family event. Right.
So, Bull, you've never been you've been a part of our event. You've helped out. You've come in. You've been like a bench announcer. You've been, interacting with our players in locker rooms and things like that through our previous events. But we've never seen you on the ice. But now we're going to see you playing street hockey here this year.
I'm nervous, very nervous. I'm old. I'm out of shape. I think, run a little bit, and that's what this is all about. So I can't skate worth a damn. So when I heard that this was going to happen the way it was going to happen with ball hockey, and I used to play ball hockey all the time when I was a little kid, I was like, okay, I think I can do this.
Yeah.
So I made a couple calls, and I got in, and I'm really excited to play. I have no idea what I'm going to look like or how I'm going to feel or if I'm going to be able to adapt one way or another, if my coach is going to yank me off the ice and give me a talking to on a regular basis, bench me, I don't know.
Your coach is Jixter. I think all those things, you're safe. You're
right.
safe. Whatever you do, don't look behind you.
Speaking of Jixter.
Oh, there he is.
See, on the radio, you guys can't do this stuff,
Right.
so he's taking advantage.
He loves to either still photo bomb or video camera bomb whenever he has the opportunity. So, and by the way, I purposely grew this beard. This is my playoff beard, obviously. I'm trying to do any kind of like a Joe Thornton or something look for the event. So I've left it just through this event. It may come off tomorrow. We haven't decided. If we win tonight, it stays for a little bit.
You don't know this, but I just announced before you came on that for the next $1,000 in donations, we get to shave your beard. So everybody out there, start donating.
That would be. We'll come right back here. We'll do it right here. We'll set up a barber chair.
All right, let's do it.
Done. I am all about that. If that's the way we want to do this. Listen, my wife hates it. I hate it because it ages me. I was at a golf tournament the other day, and one of my good friends who hadn't seen me in a really long time says, "Man, you look like you're 10 years older." I'm like, "Oh no,
I don't want to hear that."
You're kidding me. So there's a lot of reasons. If we raise the grand, awesome. Number one reason, obviously, but for my wife and my sanity, good riddance to this thing. Good riddance.
Speaking of golf and hockey related, we had a really cool time together last summer. Toward the end of the summer, we were invited by Roswell, Jen Hickok and Sean McCrone, who's part of our group.
Yep.
And myself, Sean, yourself, Jen, we were at Park Country Club. It was the Sabres event, and they put a foursome with one of the Sabres or alumni, and you don't know who you're playing with.
Right.
So we show up, putting around, doing whatever, and we see guys looking around, and some guy walks up and said, "Hey, is this cart number 5? I'm with you." I'm like, and he introduces himself, and who was it?
It was Coach Kruger.
It was Coach Kruger.
And what a super guy, and what an impression, because no one really knew him yet.
Yeah.
Right. This was before the season had even started, and what a super guy, and he is really dived into the community, and he's all about everything great going on in this town. So I know he's been a big part of what you guys do, and it was a thrill. And what a super guy, man!
Oh, that was so fun.
Yeah,
it was so fun. My favorite part of that day was like he's super healthy. Like he eats very well.
Didn't you institute some? Like, you were trying to expose him to some buffalo things.
Yeah. So that's exactly what happened. So we were playing, and like he wasn't playing that well for the first couple holes. Like nobody was. And we got to this one point. It was probably like the fourth or fifth hole, and a bunch of holes kind of come together. And there's Ted's Hot Dogs was sponsoring the area, and he's like, "Oh, what's that?" I'm like, "Coach, you're in Buffalo. You got to have Ted's, right?" So he goes and he has a hot dog. He's like, "That's really good." He's like, "I'm having one. My wife, we're on a strict diet." So he eats a hot dog, and then it's a par 3, a short par 3, and we all go. He goes last. I put it in the water. I think you may.
I put it in the water as well. Yeah.
So, and we didn't have a good shot out there. And at the other side of the hole, Jason Botterill had just gone, basically his boss, the GM at the time, and he hits it, and he hits it to like 1 foot.
It was beautiful.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
And it was after the Ted's hot dog. I'm like, "Coach, hot dogs it is." And then we get up to the thing, and Botterill's like, "So you've been working on your game plans, or you've been golfing all summer?" He's like, "I swear to God, I don't play golf well." But that was a really cool moment, and he got introduced to a Buffalo legend in Ted's at the time.
Yeah, for sure. And the cool thing about him that I don't think any of us knew was how much of a workout junkie he is. I mean, he was telling us a story about the first day he was here. He literally walked from, I think he lives in Allentown or Elmwood Village, so he walked basically from there down to the arena, and then from there basically to Forest Lawn and home. It was like a 10-mile walk. Like the first day he was here, and of course he stopped at a couple of bars along the way. That part I think was made famous. I think people had reported on that he wanted to get a vibe as to what the hockey vibe in this town was, what people thought about hockey in general, and he went in completely unannounced. Nobody knew who he was. It was great.
Just sparking up a conversation.
Yeah. So there was that, and then he told us, this is mind-blowing to me, that he wanted to surf on Lake Erie. I was like, what?
Do we have waves?
I guess, like a parasurf or whatever they call it. But he was going to go out and try and surf on Lake Erie. And this is in, what was it, May or June?
Right.
It was still pretty cold on the lake. Like, hey, good luck with that.
It's kind of interesting. People that come to Buffalo that are new, like they're trying things that we probably have never tried here, right?
Yep.
They're hearing things and they're open to it.
Yeah, Ralph's a good guy. Unfortunately, the Sabres didn't make the playoffs this year, but we'll pull for them going forward because they're our hometown team and we love them. Rich, tell us about yourself, like background wise. You grew up in Roch, right?
Yep. Big Amherst fan growing up there. I used to go to the Amherst games all the time. And my high school, I went to McQuaid in Rochester, and
nice.
They were a powerhouse hockey team growing up in the 80s when I went to school. So, yeah, I loved hockey. And the weird thing is I was a Flyer fan growing up until I really moved to Buffalo, which is now over 20 years ago. And then you can't not be a Sabre fan when you move to Buffalo. And, of course, now I'm a huge Sabre fan, and I have done work for them over the past couple of years and have a great relationship with everybody down there. So that's been amazing. But, yeah, I mean, grew up there, went to college there, and then moved here for work. And met my wife here. My luck is remarkable in terms of what I'm doing for a living, and working on the mighty 97 Rock and hosting the morning show has been an incredible blessing. And I couldn't thank the Lord above more for being in the situation that I'm in, because Buffalo really has become my real home.
Yeah.
I mean, if people ask you where you're from, I say Buffalo. I don't say Rochester. So I love it here, and it's enabled me to be a part of things like this, which I wouldn't have been able to be part of. So it's been a great opportunity. I'm really happy to be here. I'm happy that you guys asked me to be part of this, and that you involved 97 Rock in it, because, let's face it, for all the charities that you guys are doing work for and that benefit from the 11-day power play, I mean, we work with all of them on a pretty regular basis, and all of them in one way are so super close to my heart and a lot of the people I work with day to day. So it's so awesome you guys were able to involve so many people and do what you guys do. So, I mean,
and just recently, you were riding the ride for Roswell, right?
Did do the ride for Roswell a couple weeks ago. Did the 20-miler out in Grand Island. It sounds like a lot, but it's really not. You go at your own pace, and anybody can ride a bike. So, but it was great, and it's the same thing here. I rode for a lot of people that have had cancer and either survived or passed, and it's a big part of my life. I mean, very, very close people, relatives, friends, groomsmen at my wedding, people like that. It affects everyone, and so that's out there. Camp Good Days. I went to St. John Fisher. Teddy Mervis.
Yeah.
Or Gary Mervis, rather, his daughter Teddy. Gary is a big Fisher guy. Was a football coach there. Did a thing called the Teddy Project when I was in school, which was a 24-hour dance marathon. At the time, it was still relatively new. It was only maybe 3, 4, 5 years old.
Right.
And that was a remarkable event. And I've done things down at the camp with those guys. We've done things with children's, and obviously with Make-A-Wish, we do the radiothon every year, and we're planning on doing it again in about a month. So.
Yeah, you guys are so good.
A perfect event for you with all of your relationships that you've had.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. So you've been delivered your
there it is.
Gray and black jersey.
Beautiful.
He didn't give you he didn't notice Jixer's still wearing the captain jersey. He didn't give you the honorary captain.
I didn't get an A? Not even an A? That's okay. I mean, I'm literally a player coach tonight. Aim, you were mentioning my role. I've been Danny Gare's assistant behind the bench on the ice the last couple of years.
Oh, yeah, talk about
that. The players look forward to that.
Yeah, so you recently, last year, you started working at the arena at the Sabres games. That's a really cool gig, right?
It's a great gig. It's awesome for so many different reasons. I mean, it's crazy that I get paid to basically have fun with the fans and, for all intents and purposes, have a season ticket to the games. I see you guys at the old Odd Club all the time.
Yep.
Hanging out,
Poor
and and it's amazing. It's an unbelievable opportunity. It is so much fun, challenging at times because
you're all over the place.
I mean, you're watching your steps, and I'm getting my 10,000 for sure every night I'm at a Sabres game. But we've gotten an opportunity to get close to the players, close to the coaches, have access in places where I probably never would have gotten it before. Gotten to meet so many people up and down in the front office, from the Pagulas on down to the equipment guys. I mean, it's just been an incredible opportunity, and I know how hard everybody works down there, and certainly, and even to the players, I know. Listen, their successes haven't been particularly great in the last few years, and the drought's long. We know that, but I know that they are working hard, and they really give a damn, and they want to be great.
Yeah.
And I firmly believe that. Nobody really knows the future. Nobody knows 3 months from now if it's going to happen or not. But I firmly believe they're going to be a whole lot better. And I feel like even though, it felt like it was sort of a level 2 years in a row, back to back, I feel like there's that vibe of that ramp up, even if it's a slow one. I think, Jack's in that right age range where he's going to really overtake that leadership role to a whole different level. Now Coach Kruger's in his second year. He's developed a whole different rapport with the team at this point. And the young players are developing, and maybe we're going to see Dylan Cousins, and who knows what we're going to do with that 8th overall. I mean, there's so many unanswered questions out there.
Yeah.
But I have to believe that the Sabres are going to be better come 2021, whenever that is. So.
Yeah. Cousins looks awesome.
Yeah.
He's young. He needs to grow a little bit, but he looks awesome. World Juniors, he was amazing, like one of the best players, which is so cool to see. We earlier we talked to Dan Dunleavy.
Sure.
Dan's in Fort Erie. They can't cross the border, so we did a Zoom call with him, and it was so cool to hear him say when he was talking to the Pagulas, and how he's coming in as RJ's like weaning himself off a little bit. Dan basically said, "I am going to call a Stanley Cup winner in Buffalo," and it was so cool to hear him say that because he was like, he's part of the organization. He wants to, just like all of us. It's going to be the best moment. And I've been a Sabres fan since I was born.
Yeah.
Right. So 50 years, and it was so cool to hear Dan Dunleavy say that, and I believe him. I want to believe him that in the next few years, 3, 4, 5 years, we're going to be watching playoff hockey back in the 90s.
I think there's a lot to look forward to.
For sure. I know you've seen the cup, probably touched the cup. You might have even put on a ring from a Stanley Cup champion. No, never?
Never.
Well, good for you.
Maybe you could hook us up someday when you're down there and the Sabres win.
Right, absolutely. Well, that's my hope that I'm part of the organization when that happens. I've been around the Bandits for a very long time, and I was with them with the championship year, and that, boy, there's just nothing like it. And that's what that is. But can you imagine the Sabres at that whole different level here in town?
Yeah.
How this town would go. And listen, Bills they're on the cusp, right? I mean, we're getting close with them, but I don't think the Sabres are that far away. The way that the Pagulas have taken the Bills and built them, I think they can probably do the same thing with the Sabres, given some time.
The Bills are getting some good love around the football world right now.
For sure.
I know you're a big football guy. man, the Bills they're looking solid this year. I don't know what the hell's going to happen with the with the season, but we're going to keep our fingers crossed that there is one, because they're clearly part of a huge part of our community.
Can I ask you a question, Les?
Sure.
Give me some tips on tonight. I mean, you've been part of this since
Sure.
day one.
You know
I
not
need
to
some
ask
hockey
me.
tips. And Jixter goes, hey, what position you want to play? Do you want to play up front or on the back line? It's like, wherever you want me.
Here's what we're doing, and the reason we did it was because you're still on a big rink,
Yep.
and you get a little bit older. It's tough. I mean, you don't want to up and down, and it's not
Running is harder than skating.
Right,
Yeah.
it really is.
At a full rink,
Sorry, but what we did was we're basically cutting the ice in half, kind of like lacrosse rules, where we're playing 3D and 3 forward. So if you're playing D, for instance, you clear the ball out and you go as far as center ice. If you're playing forward, and you're only going back as far as center ice. So you don't have to run around as much.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's.
And there's a nice big bench,
Right.
and there's some extra chairs for you to spread out. You can just kick back and put
Fantastic.
your feet up. Nobody will notice, Paul.
Yeah, if you don't see number 11, we're all number 11. Forget it.
Don't give the ball to Jix. That's my best advice.
I'm just going to try and hit Jixter's body somehow, because from what I understand, that's the only way he scores goals. He doesn't do it with his own stick. It always goes off him somehow.
We talked to him the other day. We had a good story. He in our original event, which you were a very big part of, he was getting goals. I think he was getting $50 a goal from Russ Salvatore, and he was at the very last day. He was at 99, which was a lot.
Yep.
And he loves to score goals, and he loves to tell you about it. But
He's a gold medal winner.
I'm aware of that as well. He'll never let you forget that.
Right.
So the very last day, he's in front. I knew he had 99 goals. So he goes to the net, and I just say, go to the net. I'll get you the puck. So he goes to the net. I give him a pass, a beautiful pass.
Of course.
And the goalie's out of position. Jix gets it, shoots it 3 feet wide on an open net for his 100th goal.
Oh.
And he never got another opportunity. And we made him relive it just to razz him a little bit. So we made him relive that goal the other day when we talked to him. But
So he ended at 99?
he ended at 99 goals. I told him, if you're going to stop, you should stop at 97. Just
Right,
right.
yeah, exactly. But he was confident that he'd get to that 100, and he knew that he had a teammate like you that was going to feed him, and then he just didn't complete the deal. But, that's kind of Jixter's MO, though, right?
He's trying, you guys are funny because you're playing the Queen City Squirrels. Great guys.
There's been some back and forth on Twitter already.
Yeah.
It's hard to keep up with that
They're
Twitter.
good guys. Mark Kuntz is the captain of that.
Yep.
And Jix, then they've been playing this community shift ever since the beginning. And Jix has, he gets Pekka or McKee or Petey, and he's always trying to get guys. So this year he recruited you, so no pressure.
Terrible. It's the worst coaching decision or management decision he has ever made in his life.
But our son Liam will be playing with you.
Fantastic, and I know he's really good.
So my advice is him and his friend Killian, who's a great kid. He's from Austria. His family's friends with the Vaneks, which is kind of cool. But he's a good kid. He came here to play hockey as an opportunity, and his name's Killian Schwartz. Great kid. So Liam and Killian will both be playing on your team. So my advice is stay back, give the ball to Liam and Killian.
Very good.
That's my advice.
I have a feeling we're going to be seeing both sitting back on the bench and Liam and Killian out there the whole time.
Right, yeah, hey, you guys, go ahead. Stay out there. Oh, you're doing great. Yeah, I can't wait, though. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Have you tried our Thin Man Brewery 11-day power pills?
Plenty of times. In fact, this was disappointing to me, and I'm going to go on a soapbox a little bit.
Go ahead.
So one of the things, and this just goes back to high school for me. So I was back in the day when people actually collected your bottles, your returns, right? I was that guy at Wegmans. The worst job of all time. The things you have to touch and see, because people didn't clean out their beer. It was just gross. The worst thing ever. So when I still now have to take back bottles, I did it the other day, and I was bringing them back, and I was over at a particular grocery store that will remain unnamed. And I tried to put the 11-day power play can into the return thing, and it said, well, we don't take it or whatever. And so I'm still mad about it. I'm like, it's got the NY 5 cent thing on it. Wow, how can you not take this? And so I was so mad, but it's a great beer. I love it. And I've drank it many times on Zoom calls. It's in my fridge at home. It's usually part of a variety pack. that I get. So, I love it. It's a fantastic beer. Yes.
Yeah.
It's a pretty can, isn't it?
It's a great
can. It
yes.
was designed by Crawley Webb, our amazing partners.
Yeah. We had Mike Schatzel, one of the, founders, owners of Thin Man, on last night. You guys have similarly epic beards at the moment.
He's just 2 feet taller than me.
By the way, he hung out with us pretty late last night, so you're going to have to hang out with us tonight.
Okay, so
what time do you have to be on the air tomorrow?
yeah, my 5 a.m. alarm is not going to work for me. I'll leave from here. The studio's 5 minutes away. So you mentioned at the open of this you have an RV. So okay, I got a place to stay, I guess, or right here on your studio floor if I need to.
And we've spent some time in the 97 Rock tour bus,
right?
Dingus Day and various other
absolutely.
Debauchery.
The old First Ward Parade, things of that nature.
Yeah.
Yes.
You guys
we've gotten
are awesome.
after it.
Like when we came on, when we first started doing radio things, you, Rob, Chris, you guys made us feel so welcome, and like you guys are such pros. It made it easy. We were all nervous, like, oh my God, what do we do? What do we say? We're gonna mess up, But you guys are awesome.
Listen, we tell everybody that is new to what we do. We're just talking. We're just having a conversation. Don't overthink it. I mean, if you ever listen to our morning show on 97 Rock, you know that we don't do anything that's smart or intelligent. We are just juvenile, stupid on purpose because we don't want to be hardcore anything because everybody else has 99% of the rest of their day to do that.
Yeah.
So people come to us to be silly and
right.
And that's why we tell people don't overthink it. Just come in and have some fun.
Yeah, you guys are great.
You're clearly comomfortable because when you go on with Bull, you say bad words.
Did I say bad words? Did I?
I think you did the last time. Yeah.
Ooh, there's a trend.
He was passionate. It just slipped a little bit.
Well, it's okay, and here's why.
Right.
Because sometimes, depending on how fast or slow that word comes through, and I do recall that word, and we wondered for a moment if that was the word that we thought it was. But then you could have you could have thrown another word in there that might have been like that word that might have worked in the context. So we were like, yeah, it was that word.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I did. Yeah, I remember because I right away.
He looked right at me and he was like,
oh. And I texted you right away. I'm like, sorry about the bomb.
It's all good.
Yeah, we don't have a delay here.
Yes, this is live. This goes right on and uploads at the end of the night, so there's no correcting anything.
Well, I need a prediction. So you guys are playing Queen City Squirrels versus 97 Rock. I need a prediction.
Well, it is a new and different team, obviously, going into the 2020 community shift, and it's a different game because it's not on ice. I don't know what I'm looking at scores. So 17-11, 18. Now they're going. Now I don't know what the score is.
They're right now deleting that scoreboard.
Apparently so.
I think it was 11-17.
The highest.
Our highest scoring game was our Suns, which was 40-41.
Really?
Yeah,
honey,
2 nights ago.
41-40. You always say the highest one first.
Well, I'm clearly not a sports broadcaster.
Well, 41-40 is the highest.
Okay.
Well, I have to obviously pick us.
Of course.
I have to pick us. So I will go
97.
I'll go 9-7. Low scoring game.
I like
it incorporates 97.
I like it.
So that's what I'll go with.
Okay, 9-7.
Yeah.
97 Rock's going to win.
Very defensive game because I'll be on the back line, of course.
Blocking shots.
Right, blocking shots with no shin guards. Thankfully, I wore a cup tonight. It's one of the few
Get it
things
to
I
that kid right there.
Okay.
Number 11, Gray.
Sounds good.
By the way, are you familiar with the concept of the jerseys?
I am. Now, this, I don't know the cancer this stands for.
It's brain cancer.
This is brain cancer.
Yep.
Okay. That's wonderful. I mentioned my groomsman, Dan Casey in Rochester, had a brain tumor. He has gone through it and ended up wonderfully. So, but yes, that's
perfect.
The other green is liver cancer, and I think we've introduced about 14 or 15 different
Mike
colors.
likes
so
to
far.
try to rename or repeat all the colors, and it just, now that we're like 7 days in, we get lost. But yeah, lots of colors, lots of cancers. We're raising awareness. Every night we're showing doctors from Roswell Park talking about their specialty and the different types of cancers. So
it's super
really
cool. And it was, when I first saw it, I'm like, man, everybody's wearing different colors. That's cool. That's awesome.
We had one person say that they missed the blue and the white, and we're like, well, we still have that because colon cancer, colorectal cancer is blue and white.
Right.
Yeah.
So you just didn't get it on your day.
Well, I think, Bill, you should go stretch out, do the old Old man stretch.
That's what it's going to look like. Please, you don't have your mobile cameramen. Do not find me doing my calisthenics. It will not be a joy for anyone to watch.
Well, we'll let you go warm up. We again, thank you for always hosting us and you guys being so kind to us and supporting our event, and we really appreciate it.
Thanks for letting me be a part of it. It's amazing, and I'm so happy that it continues every year. Congratulations on over the 1 million. That was awesome. Hey, we'll see what happens out here.
All right, we'll be rooting for you.
You got it. Thank you, guys.
Paul.
I
See you, brother.
it. Yeah, you bet.